Radicalization of suspected Charlie Kirk assassin a key focus. Washington County, Utah. Authorities are zeroing in on how 22-year-old suspect Tyler Robinson became radicalized to the point of allegedly assassinating conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. Robinson's mother told investigators that her son had turned more political over the past year or so, leaning more to the left and becoming more pro-gay and trans rights-oriented. Utah County District Attorney Jeffrey Gray said on September 16 when announcing charges against the 22-year-old. After the suspect began to date his roommate, a male who identifies as a transgender female, Gray said it resulted in discussions with family members, including his father, who holds very different political views. In a conversation with his mother before the shooting, Robinson noted that Kirk would be holding an event at Utah Valley University, which he described as a stupid venue, and accused the conservative commentator of spreading hate, according to Gray. Messages engraved on bullet casings from the alleged weapon used in the killing contained anti-fascist viewpoints and apparent references to internet memes from the furries subculture and video games. Asked whether Kirk's alleged assassin acted alone, President Donald Trump told news reporters that he didn't know, but that he believed that online contacts influenced him. "It looks like he was radicalized over the internet," the president said on September 15. Authorities allege Robinson drove about 250 miles from his normal locales to Utah Valley University on September 10, ascended a rooftop, then fired at Kirk as he spoke with college students about current issues. Kirk, a 31-year-old father of two, died shortly thereafter. Robinson surrendered late on September 11 and has since remained in jail. He was charged on September 16 with aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, 2 obstruction of justice counts, 2 counts of witness tampering, and 1 count of violent offense committed in the presence of a child. The state is pursuing the death penalty, according to Gray. Authorities said Robinson does not yet have an attorney, and his next court appearance is set for September 29. Locals puzzled. People who hail from Robinson's stomping grounds say they, like many others, are puzzled as to how and why a bright young man from an upstanding family of faith turned into the alleged assassin of the conservative commentator. The Epoch Times visited 2 places in Washington County, Utah, where Robinson, 22, went to school and lived. At his college in St. George, schoolmates echoed some of the same questions raised by his neighbors a few miles away in Washington City, while investigators continued gathering evidence of his alleged crime, motive, and any possible co-conspirators. A 9-year resident of Pineview Estates in Washington City told the Epoch Times that she hadn't seen the Robinson family as often in recent years, but she said, "From what I know, they're just a good family, an amazing family." She and others asked not to be identified over privacy concerns. Robinson's parents convinced Robinson to turn himself into the police, according to Gray. Neighbors commented on how that would have been incredibly difficult to do as a parent, but they said they didn't know anything further about that chain of events. Attempts to reach his family for comment were unsuccessful. Robinson has 2 younger brothers, and his parents have been married for about 25 years, according to social media posts. Online activity by Robinson's mother reflects an active family that took vacations to Disneyland, Hawaii, the Caribbean, and Alaska. Robinson's longtime neighbor recalls that the now-accused young man had previously been an engaged member of the nearby chapel of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, administering the sacrament to fellow believers. Members of that Christian denomination are better known as Mormons, and they adhere to strict codes of morality. With that type of upbringing, the neighbor cannot imagine what could have influenced Robinson to allegedly become violent enough to take someone else's life. It hurts your heart. Something was truly disturbing this young man, because he wasn't raised that way, she said. Authorities are investigating Robinson's connections to determine whether anyone else was involved in planning or supporting the assassination of Kirk. Alleged confession. On September 10, Robinson messaged his partner, telling him, "Drop what you are doing. Look under my keyboard," according to the charging information. The partner found a note, which read, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." The note was destroyed, but authorities have a photograph of it. According to the filing, the partner then text messaged Robinson, "What? You're joking, right?" Robinson replied, "I am still okay, my love, but am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." The partner then asked, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" Robinson replied, I'm sorry." When the partner asked why Robinson did it, he replied, "I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out." The partner also asked how long Robinson had been planning the attack, to which he replied, "A bit over a week, I believe." Robinson then discusses trying to retrieve the rifle, saying, "I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle." The engravings on the bullets, Robinson said in another message, are mostly a big meme. In another message, Robinson said, "My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who is what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. Calling me, not answering." Robinson also asked his partner to delete the text message exchange, not speak to the media, stay silent, and ask for a lawyer if contacted by police. Investigators have not yet publicly identified a specific motive. When asked by a reporter whether transgender issues played a role in Robinson's motivation, Gray declined to answer and referred to the information in the charging document. Probe targets social media contacts. FBI Director Kash Patel on September 15 revealed that DNA evidence matching Robinson was found at the crime scene. Officers previously said they had found the gun believed to have been used to kill Kirk stashed in a nearby wooded area, wrapped in a towel. Genetic material from the towel matched the suspect, according to Patel. FBI agents are probing social media accounts on X and TikTok that appear to have telegraphed advanced knowledge of the Kirk assassination, a source familiar with the investigation confirmed to the Epoch Times. The Washington Free Beacon identified multiple accounts that the source said are being looked at. The Epoch Times was unable to independently obtain screenshots of the posts that are raising suspicion, but one such posting, a week before the assassination, stated that a shooting of Kirk on September 10th would be funny. A separate post on August 10th, a full month prior to the shooting, predicted that September 10th would prove to be a very interesting day. After the shooting, the account owner wrote, "I plead the Fifth," referring to the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and avoid self-incrimination. A third social media account, which appears to follow Robinson's roommate, commented on the August 10th post and mentioned seeing Tyler on June 30th. Authorities are investigating more than 20 people who chatted with Robinson in an online Discord chat room, Patel said at a Senate hearing on September 16th. Discord is a chat app that is generally used for gaming, but it can be used to communicate through private servers. Those closest to the suspect are going to hopefully know the most about the suspect and his beliefs and his ideology, Patel said. Facts about past, present. Robinson was granted a prestigious academic scholarship to Utah State University, but attended for only 1 year after his high school graduation in 2021. At the apartment that Robinson shared with his transgender-identifying partner, the Cottages at Fossil Hill, a sign at the entrance on September 15th warned that only residents were permitted to enter. It also warned law enforcement will be called if news reporters set foot on the property. 3 apparent TV news crews perched high on a hillside overlooking the complex in St. George, Utah, a few miles from the Pineview Estates neighborhood. It's also close to the school Robinson was attending. He was a third-year student in the electrical apprenticeship program at Dixie Technical College. A student in the diesel program there, Aiden Jones, 19, of Enterprise, Utah, told the Epoch Times he recognized Robinson as someone he passed in the hallways. "It's kind of a little scary to find out that I was walking right next to someone with those kinds of intentions," Jones said. He said that, despite widespread complaints about college students being indoctrinated with radical leftist ideologies, he has seen no sign of bias among his instructors at Dixie Tech. Because of the nature of that school, students engage mostly in hands-on skills work, rather than philosophical debate, Jones noted. He doubts that Robinson picked up radical ideas there. Jones commended the college for informing students about Robinson and making counseling and other resources available to anyone who might need them. Robinson's longtime neighbor wonders aloud about possible observers of the suspect and his possible descent into a dark place. "Could someone have noticed that in the quiet heart is hidden sorrow that I can't see?" she asked, quoting a phrase from a favorite hymn. Nathan Worcester, Savannah Hulsey Pointer, and Jack Phillips contributed to this report.